All right, what is up, everyone? Back at it again with another Rek'sai jungle video, and this is gonna be an in-depth one in Masters MMR. Got plenty of time till jungle camp spawns, so I'm just gonna go over exactly what's been happening for Rek'sai next patch. So Rek'sai is gonna be getting nerfed, but the nerfs are very skewed towards. They're more early game nerfs, but the Q buffs will take place around level 9. So it's nerfing her kind of like early game Q damage, or clear her early fighting, but overall you're gonna have better like damage level 9 and like later in the game, so it's gonna be not too bad for you. I think it's perfectly fine. I've been thinking about Triforce build. We're gonna give Triforce to build next patch. The only issue I generally have with Triforce is the build path into it is just a little rough around the edges, but she's still perfectly fine. The Stride Breaker Cleaver build super OP still. Don't have to worry about anything. And let's go back into it. I've been winning a lot with Rek'sai, and the way to win Rek'sai games is to just be very confident in yourself. Don't overplay ganks. Don't worry so much about your team. And in fact, next patch we might have to play more for farm instead of early game ganks, and it's actually perfectly okay to just play it to farm. Don't be super upset about having to farm. Some angles are just going to be very heavy farm angles. Because he warded there, I just dodged the ward by like going this way. And like we talked about before, I like to do red Krugs then red, or I like to do Raptors then Krugs, and if I'm not going to get a leash, I like to solo the Raptor camp. Here we're trying to get level 3, and then once we get level 3 we're going to see what's going to be going on the map. Every time you burrow, you can always see if some people invade you. I generally use that from against like a champ that I might be afraid that might invade like that. That little sonar will give you kind of the heads up if you might be getting invaded like this. But overall, you don't want to burrow too much if you're trying to just do a lot of damage to it. Here I'm just keeping it there because if there's a ward, I don't want to be like obviously on words and just showing exactly my movements. Here I think this is very volatile matchup. Fior's playing pretty up, so I'm just gonna walk down. I'm not gonna commit yet. I'm just gonna kind of like slowly like reveal, wait for her to Q, and then just kind of like walk up like that, and then she's kind of dead here. There we could tunnel if she tries to like run away and stuff like that. The wave is okay because it's not really in a bad position here. And whenever you do this, you always want to check the other guy's camp. So here I'm gonna walk in and then just hit this and see exactly like his clear speed and all that kind of stuff. Because I think he just smited, we're gonna just play for the kind of steal on this camp. This guy's actually trolling. Ooh, he got the level up. Oh, worth it. I was feeling the blood. I was feeling like the fury, the Rek'sai fury. There, I mean, you could say they griefed, right? But I just kind of continued the path that I was taking. You don't obviously have to play as aggressive like me, but I took whatever chance. Like this in this patch, I do favor level 3. Play aggressive with the red buff. A lot of clears. I always start red buff. It's just superior. Also, because we're red side, it's so much easier to play around this area than it was for me to try to gank bot. Ganking bot would be a very hard thing to do. Even now, ganking bot is not the easiest because I don't have like those guaranteed kind of like wall angles that would make it much easier to gank bot. So if I want to gank bot, I have to go like very far around. So like, I would have to go like this way. But I think Xayah flashed. I have a really fresh vibe, but surprised couldn't kill her there. Ooh. Oh my god, we actually kind of got outplayed there. I got outplayed there. I really thought I could actually kill there. That Soraka baited me in so beautifully. Most of my ball kind of trolled. We could have killed. Going on Soraka there, it's not as ideal because like if I ignore, for example, there's some like threats that I can't really ignore. Like Xayah autoing me would be really rough. Here is bad. If you ever fail a gank like that, what's bad about it is the fact that I probably lost like my top side to Kayn. So like that entire advantage I had that I like beautifully built up, it's kind of lost forever now. But if I like just had a beautiful game and I just dominated everywhere, it wouldn't be much for you to learn. And the games like this is completely natural. Like honestly, winning fights and then losing fights is just part of like playing the jungle role. Like if you play any sort of early aggression, it's always going to lead to stuff like this. It's never going to be just so... It's never really going to be so one-sided. They're actually just ballistically crazy to even walk up like that. Soraka checking too is a bit of a XD. Just need some slows on her. I mean, I'm willing to die for we get just to guarantee we get two. Ari just has to run there. This is League of Legends. This is what happens. It's just chaos and chaos, chaos. You just have to be ready for like whatever fights break down. I could have played that better though, mechanically, I think. I could have played that a bit better. Maybe try to burst Soraka faster as well. But my team makes a lot of cash off that. And you know, even though I have 3 deaths, I have 3 assists while this guy has 1. So early game impact has just been in favor of us. I think this is going to respawn because he took it earlier. So I just want to be in this area, potentially. And also, I think this Fiora, if she dashes in, she's pretty killable. Whoa, I couldn't even stun there. Ooh, I forgot about that attack speed slow. When you get hit by Fiora W, it slows you by a lot, so you have to be careful of that. You have to be very careful about getting jumped on. But if Fiora stays, then she's greedy. She's a very greedy champion. Not the cleanest, but it's okay. Thing is, like, when someone... See, what I generally have noticed... There's, like, some issues with right-clicking sometimes. When someone goes untargetable, for example... Someone goes untargetable or whatever ability, and you're trying to right-click really quickly on them. It leads to these awkward moments where you're just, like, unable to click on the untargetable character. It happens a lot with Zhonya's too. So like I try not to right click people who generally like Zhonya's and stuff like that. What I prefer is to W cast in that situation. So that situation I should W cast. So against Fiora's, try to W cast. Even though right clicking has like that guarantee, it really doesn't feel like it's always a guarantee, so you have to watch out for that stuff. Here we're just going to use this kind of thing as like a farm phase. This is like where I'm gonna like farm a bit. I generally just want to get whatever topside camps that are like important to clear down, and then see if I can help bot side. I mean, I would hope they don't have to need me right yeah because I know the enemy bot wants to base, so if the enemy bot bases, I have more free time to kind of just do whatever I want right here. And like we said, Rek'sai is very easily killable, but... And also I want my stride breaker, and so once we have that buy, just like now, this is what we're gonna buy, and we're gonna base. So this is technically... Oops. This is technically where... This is kind of like where Rek'sai would be stronger after the buffs. Or after the nerfs. So like when the Rek'sai nerfs and you have 4 points into Q, technically this... You would technically deal more damage, right? With your Q damage. So it's not really that much of a nerf until, you know, like a bit later you just get that value back. And so the enemy was on the reset. I capitalized by being bot side. Now this is called free time. Like I can do these camps anytime, but I want to take a forward position because I have a strong buy. I feel like we're in a nice position. I feel pretty happy with the situation in general. So I just want to kind of walk forward. So they double flash here. Just have to watch out for... And we just have to get out. Beautifully, all TPs, 4 people, 5 people. can possibly still win that fight. To take it slow though, because feathers are about to go down. And beautifully done. We baited out the TPs and we kited it out and we played around our win con. You know, I was able to get all their flashes, so... You know, it's always a win for Rek'sai when you get all their summoners so easily before a fight goes down. But I feel really confident. I think a lot of Rek'sai players feel very... they don't feel too confident if they don't get an early advantage. Or like... they don't feel good if their early advantage isn't like super like excessive. Like you should feel okay if you have like a single kill. Even like 2 deaths but 1 kill is fine. And think about Rek'sai, you have to once you get the stride breaker, you're generally playing for the stride breaker base. This is where you're really strong. And early games, like early ganks are, they're very dependent on like your champion, your positions, and your team's CC. So you have to really play around that kind of stuff. So play around spells. You know, Stridebreaker, you just saw how powerful I just became off this. It was just getting a simple item buy like this is just game changing. We just kind of like collapse on them. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I got you. I didn't want to go that way because I would die, but I should commit harder for that kill. Damn, I thought Callisto was going to kill there. I was misled though. But the build path generally doesn't dude, it doesn't stay. This build is just so goddamn strong. I always go Cleaver second and Sterix third. Though I've actually dabbled in Sterix second. If you fall behind and if you don't feel like Sterix, like Cleaver second feels good, Sterix second is not that bad. It's not that bad. And on average I go Tabbies. I think Tabbies is like, unless it's like a very obvious like Merchandise angle, like if this guy's like Elise or something, it's usually about like how much AP they have with CC. Because the Tabbies is a very important boots. For me to not build Tabbies, I have to feel like it's extremely important. Also, my R is still down for a bit, so I have to be really cautious about how I fight here. Man, I didn't want to go in there. That was bad. Team was obviously grouping there. If they were just waited a bit and then we went in together, that was just super frib. But in solo queue, it's just hard to get your team to actually work together. Not a big deal. It's just sad because I could have been farming during this whole situation. Srock is a bit of a Rek'sai counter too. You don't underestimate how much value that champion can bring. How much of a threat. And I guess I didn't really touch on it, but I've gone blue Pokemon this game. Because they don't really have like CC I can reduce. So like if they don't have CC, I usually go blue. But if they have like CC, I usually go green. Is how I think about it. Ooh, Ari missing everything? I mean, I should help, but... This is a Soraka value though. Soraka's too good in these games, I swear. It's such a pain. Man, I wanted. I wanted bad. But you can see the power of Rek'Sai if I have any sort of like threat behind me. The red buff will heal me. Go Ari, this is your moment. Okay, maybe not your moment. But I do honestly, I truly believe you guys have to have the mindset that I don't want to go. Soraka presses W again. It's just a headache. It's a headache I don't want to deal with again. Just don't get baited by that. In team fights, when you play against Soraka as Rek'Sai, you have to target her. Literally fire everything at Soraka, okay? Don't care your excuses. Try to get a flank. Her silence, you just gotta kill her before her silence. And for like heal cut, I don't like heal cut items. But against Soraka, you can buy it like after like stairs. It's acceptable. Or after this base, we'll probably invest into just the... You just need the 40%. You don't need anything else. Like finishing heal cut items doesn't actually bring you any value. So do not get baited by that. And this is a good heal cut game though. I can't say no to it. So I will go heal cut. I need my boy Tarek. Oh, we got a Straka here. Damn it. Need a Tarek to be ready. Without me, oh, they do have Ra. They need Kalista here. Kayn is not really much of a threat. I feel like if you're not going Dustblade on Kayn, you're just completely missing out. This is a game where I would go heal cut, so I would buy it like around... This is usually where I feel comfortable buying it, but I don't generally upgrade it. Because if you can just see it already does its value. It's already going to apply 40%. If I upgrade it, what happens? It still applies 40%, so like nothing changes. My goal right now is to finish my Pokemon evolution, so I'm just gonna farm my bot side. And usually I always play for like, you know, team fights, dragons, picks. Picks are really a big thing. If I have like, if I just kill the side laner over and over again, I just get so much more farm than if I just like mindlessly farm my jungle. So it's like a way I win my games on Rek'Sai is just killing side laners. It usually works when I find like when I'm just excessively, like when I get to the point where I'm just strong enough to like 1v1, like this Fiora for example. Fiora's a pretty good champion. Fiora's generally a good 1v1 champion, but with my items I should be able to win this too. Just need to tag her here. Might be hard to keep chasing, but kind of baiting her in. Kind of kite him back, so you know, like, I mean, you just gotta play around those knockups into combo, knock up into combo. You know, you gotta really push your advantage. When people are out of position, you take advantage of those positions. Really, you gotta be confident in them. Even though, like, maybe I don't have the damage to, like, one-shot anymore with, like, without the bruiser build. But you just have these angles to just absolutely kill. Like, look how much value we just got there. Very beautifully done. Huge value. Personally, I think they're gonna walk in. We just kill them again here. Oh, chain knock up into that one shot. This is what I love about baiting people, and they're moths to the flame, you know? They get drawn in just like that. Take. Murder. Kill. Take as much as you can, man. Devour your enemies. Have the mindset of a Rek'sai. You're not going to get... Don't give them room to breathe, you know? And like, when I get an advantage on Rek'sai, I literally push it down their throats, you know? Like, I don't let them breathe. When I'm strong, I capitalize. When I have a good buy, I capitalize. Like, these things are essential, not just on Rek'sai, but like in a game that's like based around items, you know? Like, you have to capitalize on your power. You understand, like, when your champion has these kind of advantages. Now I'm extremely strong for team fighting, right? I have the Serix advantage, so now team fighting will be even extremely easier. Killing the Soraka before the fight even starts is just perfect, right? Now they're just in a terrible position. You know, just pressure. Pressure. You know, just play strong, play confident. No, I know I'm pretty much a god right now. This is a very powerful point. Like, when you build like this, you're gonna be you're literally a god at these item spikes. At 2 items, you have the weakness of being bursted, but now you're just unkillable. And then like my later items, you know, it's just flexible about what I want to build. It's really flexible. So, do you know DD is good for armor? You always need a gargoyle by like your final item. Very big. I generally don't like building into like more tank. Like, I generally don't like building into pure tank items, right? Like, if I want armor, I go chain vest. I either build into DD or I build into Death Stance. If I want MR, then I build into gargoyle. The pure MR items are just not that good, so like I wouldn't be building like Force of Nature. You wouldn't catch me building that. And I don't go Maw because Maw is just bad because I don't have... If I go Maw, then I don't have Sterix, and Sterix is much more important than having like a Maw. Also, I don't know about that engaged. Personally, I kind of wanted to go push top wave, but my team is playing a bit crazy. Just gotta run them down, you know. The queen is... I wait for no one. I take the win. The win doesn't come to me. You have to take the win. You have to know. Smell that. Blood in the water. You are a shark. GG. Hope you guys liked that video. Just like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hope it was thoughtful, insightful, and it improves your Rek'sai gameplay. Rek'sai is extremely broken. You're gonna have a great time playing her. And yeah, good luck in your games. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.